What's going on, everybody? All right, we're live. Let me just get this tweeted out real quick here. Sorry, I just gotta sending out some funny stuff. Yeah, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. Give it 1 second. All right, live. YouTube. See, bubble head. Yeah, running a little behind today. Was like just enjoying some time out in the snow with my son, and it might be the last one of the season with spring around the corner, so just have to, just kind of enjoy it. So anyway, that being said, let's get on with today. So yeah, interesting trading day today, right? So we had a huge down day yesterday, and it came back up, of course, towards the end of the day, but nice push down. We haven't seen a big red day like that in a while. And of course, as you'd anticipate after a big day like that, you usually get some consolidation. I mean, sometimes you get follow through. I mean, like here you had a big red day followed by another big red day, and then you had the inside day, right? So here, decent red day, and then followed by an inside day. So pretty narrow range day. I mean, not so super narrow range. We had back here, I know it's kind of small, but we had inside day here. Looks like, yeah, so that was 95.76. Yeah, so that little inside day there, right? So we popped up a little bit inside day here. So what are we going to do tomorrow? I don't know. We're going to pop down. 10-year anniversary of March 6th, right? The 2009 low, and so is the market going to kind of remember that and just everybody kind of stay out of it? Is it going to chop again? Is it are people just going to pull their money out because they don't know what's going to happen, because we're at this huge resistance line right here? And I just kind of want to illustrate that with the Fibonacci lines too, because originally we were thinking 1, right, A, B, C, 2, right, 3, and then we were thinking 4 at the 38.2% retracement, right? And then we were thinking here, at least I was, 61.8 retracement. Okay, well this is like a really like a wave 2 of 3, right? So this was like the minor wave 1, right, followed by minor wave 2, and then it was going to go down. Now we're way up here. We're back retesting these levels, right? So it seems like every time they try to get into that zone, they're pushing them down, right? So they got up here the other day, pushed it back down. Got really close yesterday, pushed it back down. Every time we hit the highs of the day today, pushed it back down. So I'm just kind of clarify or to illustrate with the 5-minute chart. Let me just show you there. 1 second. How do we get over here? Are we doing? There we go, 5-minute chart. So, all right, yeah. So yesterday was crazy, right? The huge gap up on sell the news type stuff, right? And then that huge puke, and then the recovery about halfway, about 50%. So we're kind of floating that halfway mark from the other day. So let's draw a Fibonacci right there, just to look, just to see. So we had high about here, low about here. Right, so 50% retrace is pretty much right where we're sitting, right? And it also happens to be right where the cloud is right here too, right? So, we just kind of really were just up and down, right around that 50% retracement, right? And so at the end of the day, they gave one more push right into the bottom, right? So this is the 5-minute chart, so your 5-minute cloud was right there. So we'll see where we are. The futures are down 5 points right now. We can kind of take a look real quick and just zoom in. Okay. Yeah, so you can see it's been just kind of tagging off of these lows. So we closed, here at 4 o'clock, right? They did their little funky little, the open thing, and then boom, right, closed down. Try to come back up, and are basically just had been testing. As soon as they test the low here, right, came back up again. So now we'll see how it behaves for the rest of the night, going into this 5-minute cloud area, and see if we can get a little bit of push throughout the night, or if it wants to just get lower, right? So they might leave the fun and the fireworks for tomorrow, if they don't chop it around so much, right? So, so that being said, what are we doing, right? So let's take a look. If we are really pivoting here, and this is really lower, it just, I don't know about you guys. Does anybody feel like the market's just been, I don't know, after having like such a fun move down, right, and then such a crazy move up, and then just kind of be stalled out here? It just feels like the market is. How did I lose this? Okay, that's weird. Oh, you know what I did? I created some weird. I was testing out the 1-minute chart previously. So let's get back to the daily. Why is it skipping over all my stuff? Oh, there we go. So, yeah, so we're at the 50% retrace there. Anyway, so if we are really pivoting here, right, you remember that this is, basically all 2018 right here. So we have this huge pitchfork, right, that kind of covered the entire year, right, from the high almost to the low, and that really defined, a really strong midpoint, a real strong median line here, where these, where this ABC correction happened, broke through, kind of came off of the pivoted right here at the low of the pitchfork, stalled at the median again, and then pushed its way all the way back up, almost vertically. I mean, like really seriously, like a parabolic move to the upside. Now the question is here, is it pivoting? Do we put in a little double top up here, and are we going to come back down, right? So, if we do, kind of next long-term target is that 2,500 level basically. So we just have to see how that plays out. Just if we want to draw, kind of a reaction line, we could do that. Let's do that real quick. Just see how that looks. Last big move maybe from those two pivots there. So let me see how that looks. Duplicate, move that here. So yeah, we're getting pretty close. So, heading to that area. So let's see if it, basically if it breaks down through there, we could see the movement. Or if it, just decides to chop across and then move its way up here, it might make the all-time high. So we'll see. Not a huge, action over here. So compared to the, potential reaction. So better honestly to look at, the other direction and kind of see. I think we can see it a little bit better over here. So let me remove that real quick. And we'll get to our technical topic shortly. So if we go here, I think you get more. That would be pretty good. You hit two major pivots there. This is going to push it a little bit farther out, but still worth watching. So there, and then let's do one more here. Maybe through those two pivots there. Let's see how that looks. So it looks pretty interesting, right? So we just came up to that. We're kind of just in this really key zone right here, which is explaining, the pause and all that. So so it looks a little bit more interesting. I think, obviously the entire year is going to be pretty interesting, and maybe even going into into the summer. I mean, I think it's going to be a pretty exciting time up here. But if we do end up breaking through, if we end up pushing and give a big fake out tomorrow, I mean, like I said, it could push to all-time highs. We're not that far away anymore, right? So just the bears have been pressing every time it comes up here, right? So something to keep an eye on. Okay, so for today's technical topic, it's hard. We've covered a lot of candlestick patterns. It's hard to find new ones, but every time I find one that is interesting, I definitely want to bring it up. So today is the homing pigeon pattern, and you guys know I like inside bars. They're really fun to trade. They when you get an inside bar, what it does, it just shows indecision on the price, right? You have a big bar and you go inside. And so sort of like today on the SPX and a lot of stocks, we have a lot of inside bars, and what that does is let's just just take a look at the candlestick here. Interestingly enough, this setup here is not a homing pigeon pattern. It would be cool if it was, because then I'd be like, oh, okay, this could be a good indication that we're going down. The homing pigeon pattern is a reversal pattern, and it includes an inside bar, right? But it comes at the top of a range, right, or top of a trend, and what happens is you would have a green bar here followed by an inside green bar, and the psychology of it is the bulls were really winning, but then they failed, and then they really tried again, and then that was it. They gave up. So that break of that inside bar to the downside, could lead to a nice reversal. So it would be really cool if that were the example of today. Unfortunately, this is a really difficult pattern to find. At least recently, and had to do some digging to find it. So what I'm going to do is show you one on NVIDIA, and I had to go to the hourly chart to find this one, and then I have to go all the way back to February 9th, I believe. Okay, so this is I think it was February 9th. NVIDIA hourly chart. How many days is this? Oh, I got my notes here. 1 second. February 6th, sorry. Okay, so so this was really tough to find. Plus, it was in this blue cloud here. So what happened is, right, we had this up move all the way up this way, right? And then we had a green bar, right? Now, albeit it's not perfect, it would be nice to see a bigger real body, right? But like I said, this is a tough pattern to find. You can see a lot of harami, kind of inverted colors, right? So here you've got a red pattern, then a green pattern. But when you have two inside greens in a row, so here's green, inside green, right? And then it gave you a topping tail, okay? But this is your signal that, hey, maybe this up move is, about over, right? And then the topping tail, it kind of defines it right there at the upper Bollinger Band, and then we reverse back down. So really from there, 154 all the way down to 144, a 10-point move in NVIDIA off of the hourly bar. So this was really tough to find. The next one is actually pretty cool. This is a bull. So that was a bearish one. So the bearish ones are green, and the bullish ones are going to be red. And so let's go to BABA. And BABA was on the 15th of February. And let's see where that was. So February 15th, right here. Okay, so downtrend, right? Downward move, red bar, inside red bar, and that's your reversal, right? So honestly, never broke the low of that bar. Certainly never broke the low of the mother bar, and then boom, just launched to the upside, right? Also gave you that hammer, that 60 hammer right there, anchor. So and then from there, right? So from that inside bar up, basically 166 all the way up to 188. So a nice 20-point move over, you know, a month and a half, right? Or I'm sorry, not even a month and a half, half a month, 20 days, you know, so 2 trading weeks basically, right? No, sorry, yeah, basically a trading month. So yeah, wait, disregard, yeah. 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So anyway, pretty impressive, right? So so you can see the just keep an eye out for those, right? We you know we love inside bars. So anytime you see the double red bar at the end, you know, during a downtrend, or you see a double green bar at an uptrend, you know, look for a potential reversal pattern there. Did this go inside, by the way? High 83.30. Nope, broke it there. So yeah. Really interesting. So keep an eye out for the homing pigeon pattern. I'm definitely going to start looking for it too when I'm looking at the 60s for sure. So because they definitely show, like, you know, here's your trend down, boom, homing pigeon bar way up. So pretty strong if you can catch it. But like, and they're rare. So when you do see it, those are the ones you should get excited about. So anyway, that's all I have for tonight. At this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, feel free to input those into the chat window. I didn't have any DMs today for requests, so we'll just jump right into that. And good. Hope everybody's doing good. Muebles Online, what's going on? Welcome. Is that an NES? Anyway, Chris Breedlow, what's going on, buddy? Harvey, how's it going? Let's check out OLED and Roku. So yeah, nice follow-up from yesterday. Let's take a look. I don't know if it just takes time to like add that there. Sometimes I need to double check my settings. So yeah, so let's see. So OLED. Okay, yeah. So how'd that happen? Really? Why are we all the way over here? Something after the last update, it's been a little bit funky. Give me 1 second. Zoom in. Okay, so are we inside bar today? Not quite. So kind of broke the inside, but basically a doji day. You know, if anything, you might want to call a spinning top. You know, like right here off the 5. I like how the 5 is kind of like smoothing over a little bit, right? And it's given a chance for the other moving averages to catch up. So this is really good consolidation, Harvey. So just again, continue to watch and see. So sometimes, you know, these spinning tops, you know, can lead to a reversal, but to me it looks like it's probably going to consolidate. I wouldn't be surprised though if it did come down and wait till it tests that 10 MA, and then you might get a boost there. It's just have a lot of declining volume after the after the gap up. So at these points here, you want to look for setup. So like a good setup, to beat it for a long might be, you might see like a bull flag, so just kind of consolidate down here and then break to the upside, or you might get like a double inside day or something like that, and then you can look for it to break to the upside. So this level and Roku. Let's take a look at Roku. I like Roku. They make a good product. I think if I wait for 2 seconds, it might adjust itself. Is this automatic? Oh, look at that. I just clicked that button right there. Okay, so yeah, right over there, see it goes manual and automatic. I don't know why sometimes it switches to manual. I just want automatic. Just show me the bar. So nice. So Roku gave an inside day, so that's really good. That's a little bit more interesting, right? And it is kind of pulling back a little bit as well. So you kind of have this 1, 2, 3-ish kind of pullback. So it's looking pretty good. I mean, it's over, all its key levels. It's over the 8-day moving average, over the 10, right? So over the 50, over the 200. So it's looking pretty good. So just keep an eye on Roku here. If it breaks, today's high, that is an inside day. So, you could get an inside day break there as well. But maybe it'll give us a double inside day and then give us another push to the upside. So if it wants to. So nice ones there, Harvey. Good watch list. Paul, what's going on, buddy? Hope everything's going well, man. Justin, glad you made it. Let's see. Shirley, how are you? Always good to see you. Clayton, what's going on, buddy? Good evening. Let's get ready for tomorrow. That's right. Let's be ready for tomorrow. NetFry, hello. What's going on? How to get chat on my TV? Nice. I guess you could use like Google Chrome or something like that, or I don't know how Apple TV works, but you could probably project it over there. That would be pretty cool. Prayer Kid, what's going on, man? Haven't heard from you. It's obviously I've seen you here, but haven't heard from you on Twitter too much. But hope everything's going well. Harvey, NetFry tried Google. Yeah, Google Chrome. Sandeep, what's up, man? Good to see you. NetFry, no Harvey Couch. I'm on TV screen. BH charts are great. Cool, man. Appreciate you, NetFry. Your charts are awesome too, man. Always appreciate like the coolness of the algo system. Sandeep, yeah, it was a good day. Yeah, it was a cool day today. Even with the chop, it was still kind of interesting. Good levels. Can you please take a look at AVGO and NTech? So AVGO. Yeah, we looked at this the other day, right? So let's see how that. Let's check out our follow up. What was going on here? Give me 1 second. Yeah, see, it just does that for some reason. I need to save this as my setup. Save workspace. SPX2, maybe. I can't remember what I had. Okay, so let's go here. We had a pretty good pitchfork on this. Yeah, so this has still been looking really good. I mean, so right, it had this channel up, right, and then it came to the median line here, the pitchfork. Then you had a nice up move today, right? You know, I mean, the market was kind of choppy, and this kind of showed its hand here that it wants to be strong and break over this median line. So, you know, so again, I'd still look for a little bit of consolidation and then another bounce up. So, you know, unless it wants to go vertical and test the channel again, right? So, but that's what it did, right? It kind of moved up this channel real nicely, broke down, held the median line, and then coming back up. So definitely looking strong still. And then NTech. Ooh, not so good. Yeah, not so good. You know, pharma stock, you know, type thing. So, you know, high, peak to trough. You know, if anything, it's probably going to be lower rather than higher, right? So, you know, these type of penny stocks, it couldn't hold. It couldn't even break 10, right? And that's usually a big level. And so you can see here these volumetric levels here, it pushed right through that today. So, I mean, I would say, you know, target, obviously, the Fib fan line here, you know, around $6. If we can't get there, then $5, basically. So, it should be interesting to watch. I mean, I wouldn't expect a straight move down, maybe, you know, a couple waves to get down and all that. But certainly look interesting. Now, I you know, just give it one more, just for the benefit of the doubt, though. It is somewhat of a trend line here, so you know, just see how it holds like these levels. I mean, honestly, if I activate it, this is really kind of where the level is. So I mean, it broke down. If you started your trend line there, it pretty much broke through there too. So it looks pretty weak. You know, I mean, it's almost worth shorting, just keeping a stop at over you know, 770, just 781 or something like that, and then seeing it where it goes. Very interesting one. Scry Moon, what's going on, Melly? Let's take a look. Good stuff. I know Andrew was looking at, you know, asked about this one yesterday. We've been kind of tracking this. Have a, you know, big pitchfork here and huge gap up, right, and amazingly gapped right below the pitchfork, and then broke. Once it broke that level, right, the high after the gap up, 152.43, right, it's already 20 points above that. And then we had an inside day yesterday, right? I think we talked about it yesterday. Boom, breaks the inside up. So even that, if you caught that, that was 465. All the way up here, so like you know, 13-point move, you know, could have caught like right there, and then it came back in and it's consolidating again. So yeah, I mean, I don't expect it to go up, you know, hugely, but it might consolidate, hold, you know, that 458 level, and then try again. So, but yeah, just huge moves on that one. Nice. What's going on, Call Saul? Let's see. Tesla Pal. Thank you very much. Oh, okay, cool, gotcha. I think it's like PayPal or something, but yeah. Tesla, yeah, just nasty, right? So we drew this. We found a reaction line here, you know, yesterday, and it kind of just, you know, broke right through that. I kind of showed just real quickly earlier on Twitter, you know, just because it definitely is interesting. You know, it's had some pretty big down moves. You know, the daily, right? So it did this, right? Had this deliberation bar, hanging man pattern, and then kind of came back down, right? So it does look like a reversal bar right here. And it's at the lower Kelt. It did hold that, and it had some pretty good volume. But RSI works really well on Tesla, and so that's the light purple line here is RSI. So it's still got a little ways to go to get oversold, and it might want to test a little bit lower. Let's just look at the let's see what the weekly looks like. I mean, it did come off of the weekly 200 and the lower Bollinger Band. That's pretty. That could be a potential reversal bar. It's worth a shot, to see. It did hold the Celt here. It'd just be interesting if it flushed like a little bit more, but the volume was, well, obviously the volume here where it pushed down after the news, pushed down again. It had increased volume today here, so it did hold a level. If you look psychologically, it might have held that. I would still see what it does tomorrow and see. I mean, obviously, if it, starting to look bullish and it takes out, today's highs, it might be ready, but I just feel like there's more in this. Just watch the, and the reason, just watch the Bollinger Band here to see if it wants to break through that Celt, but if not and it holds, I think there's a shot. I think there's a shot to go back up. I do like the volume. I feel like it's starting to get defended here. If we zoom out on the daily a little bit, I just want to see if we have any sort of levels here. And that's the thing. It's kind of in this like kind of open kind of gap here from these last moves, right? And so it looks. I still think I still think it wants to test 250 first before it decides to reverse again. So just keep that in mind. It just feels like it's in the middle of nowhere right here, so it doesn't really have a foot right to stand on. So just I would still give it a little bit. So I'd like to say yeah, it's bullish, but the weekly looks pretty strong, but it still could give it another week to go down and then reverse. Cool. Microsoft, Paul, let's take a look. So, yeah, I kind of glanced at Microsoft today. I've had my eye off it for a little bit. I'm not sure what you're seeing on it, Paul, but it's been kind of working its way up this channel here. Since even since earnings, and just kind of holding on to it. So this might have been our regression channel too. So yeah, I think it is. And yeah. Properties, yeah, regression channel, and so yeah, this is our test here. So it does inside day, right? Held under the pitchfork, right? And so I kind of counted from here. Obviously like 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, 4, and this could have been a wave 5, and so it might be working on a corrective pattern down. So just kind of keep an eye on that. Nice inside day. If it does break to the downside, it might test that 110 level, and then my guess is it would probably hold there. And then kind of work its way back up. So unless it, like you said, unless wave 5 is definitely done here, then it might A, B, C back down, and then see what it does from there, right? So good stuff. Santos, what's going on, man? Prickid, where'd you go? This is a gamble trade. Oh, okay, cool. You're short NQ. I don't think it's a bad idea, man. It was like I said, it's been holding these levels, so I don't think it's a horrible. I don't think it's a gamble, really. I think you got a better chance than 50% on that. Jimmy, what's going on? Doing well, thank you. Hope everything's good. Could you please look at PIGEON ANF? Okay, yeah, cool. Let's look at PIGEON. I don't think I've ever actually traded PIGEON. It's just it was one of those Chinese names when they were getting popular and all that stuff, and I don't think I ever really got into it. But it looks like we've analyzed it here recently. So nice channel down, right, and broke through volumetric resistance, right, and it's holding. So kind of bull flagging right there, right, and it kind of broke out again. So let's see there. Right, a little bit of a break, nice move to the upside. Like you said, earnings tomorrow. So to me, obviously, just in general, it looks pretty bullish, right? So maybe this is a wave 1, 2, and then it could be working on wave 3 up. So to me, it looks like it could really get to 48. And so just watch to see where it gaps tomorrow. If it gaps up, in strong news, you got a nice little gap here that it could fill, and then if it pushes, it could take out this level here, right? And then it holds for a little bit, and then you've got that 48 level. Now, if it fails, you got 34 area. If it really fails, it could take out this pivot. It could test the lows of the pitchfork and ultimately try 25. So it's in this middle of this kind of channel area. So, but in general, after breaking out of this downtrend, it's starting to look kind of bullish. So that's PIGEON, and then ANF. I think ANF was on our watch list for a little bit. Pretty interesting. Yeah, it was on the watch list. It was looking like it was going to come back down on this pitchfork. I'm going to remove that right now. It just hasn't done anything there. I'm going to remove these. This. and managed to hold itself up a little bit. So what do we have here? I had to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Let's see, A, B, C, and then I don't know, 1, 2. It does look like it's working its way back up. It's been resisted here by volumetric level at 22. So just see how that holds. Again, earnings will be very interesting. Some brick and mortar has been doing pretty well. Abercrombie, not sure, but I'm trying to think here. This kind of does look like a little bit of a kind of cuppish type setup right here. Maybe like sort of a mini inverted head and shoulders. So if it does gap, then you've got this nice open gap to go after right there over 25. So that could be pretty interesting. So it's definitely worth keeping an eye on there. Good ones. Net price target, yeah. So target looked pretty good. Kind of tweeted this one out. I like how it had earnings today. It looks like it still has some gap to fill, so definitely some upside move. And what I really liked here is the inside 60 anchor at the close, right? Because it gapped up and really didn't give us a lot to work with today. But a nice inside bar here that we could watch at the open tomorrow. If it takes out that level, that 76.50, right? Then obviously we take out the high, the earnings gap high, and I think you could get a push, probably at least 20 to 30 cents, maybe more, off of that. So ideally there. If not, then you've got a break to the downside and you've got a gap to fill below. So that gap to the upside again is let's take a look. Gap to the upside is low 77.56, which is just about where that 200-day moving average is. So it looks like you might want to test that. So it does look possible on there. Good stuff. Shirley, how are you? All right, so everybody take a look at Shirley's targets and everything. I really appreciate how you put those in there. It makes it interesting. It's always worth studying. So let's take a look at VWO. Target is going to a reaction line, so just see if you can break through it. So here we go, Vanguard. Okay. Give it a second here. Nice. Hi. Hello. There we go. Looks good. Isn't that interesting how it held that Fibonacci fan line, came down, hit volumetric level, broke through, hit volumetric level, broke through, held it. Now it's coming up, testing this fib fan line here. If it breaks through there, then obviously next target is 44. So I think you're looking good there. Vale. I'm just going to say down on Vale. So amazing how it's held up after just the the tragedy and all that stuff. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, if you can get through that 13 volumetric level, and then it's going to test this pitchfork resistance. So just kind of keep an eye on that. If that fails, right, then it could have some weakness here. I'm going to say earnings probably not. They're going to have some pretty bad guidance on that, right? Unless all the news is already cooked into it. So, but to me, it's got I just have this bearish sentiment on it, but it did break through here today. Broke through this trend line, right? So originally it was support, and then it became resistance. Now we'll see if it holds as support again. So hopefully it does for you if you're long, and those levels work for you. Crone, obviously parabolic move. We had just drawn this triangle here, and look what it did. Broke through the triangle and through the top of the pitchfork. So I mean, just getting pretty ridiculous. This is one of your favorites too. I mean, it was literally a penny stock, dollar stock right there. It's incredible. And now they want to be somebody, right? So, but yeah, nice triangle, nice break to the upside. So I like it. See how it holds. Nope. NOK for not okay. I can't believe they're still in business, but yeah, still. I mean, it's been like we've seen, it's been just working its way up. So it needs to break through 335, and then needs to get through 345, and then once it can do that, you might have some more upside traction. IEMG. Cool one. I love it when they give you these. It's kind of layup, peak to troughs, right? So very similar to the last one, that Vanguard one you sent, right? So, tested the fib fan, back down to volumetric low, broke through, kind of got through this fan line, holding it, pivoting here. So, just watch that 52 level right there for resistance. And good stuff. What is this? JW Steel? Lost ya. JW Steel, cool. I'm gonna skip that one, Shirley. Let's go to KSS. Yeah, I've been meaning to look at this one just to see how it turned out. Strong, good, amazing. Right, we had that huge reversal bar here, this red bar right here. So after a topping tail, and then just a total fake out, right? Hits volumetric support now, and then boom, all the way back up. I tell you, it's always a head fake with these things. So, but interesting, very interesting one right there. So yeah, it definitely looks bullish at this point. Nice gap to fill right here if you can close that window. AES. Is this update? Yeah, I was like, that looks exactly the same. Wow, very bullish chart, right? So, isn't that amazing how it holds these levels? Just gotta love it. I mean, basically, if you ignore, kind of some of the noise, if I could draw, there we go. I mean, it is really just kind of mostly holding kind of like this channel, right? It had one break to the downside that came back in, and it's just kind of, lots of noise in there. But, if you kind of flatten this out a little bit, it looks it's got some possibilities. Got to break out of those highs, right? So it's got to have a reason, right? And just don't get caught at the highs. That's the worst place to get caught at. So being alone up there. Cousins proper. Oh my goodness! Look at that parabolic move. Incredible. I mean, I can't even. I don't even know what to say. Except wow, right? What a move. Incredible. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to go with what you said. Broke through volumetric, held, and it's got to take out that 988 obviously. But yeah, I'm with you on that. Scribemoon, hey, my pleasure. Thank you for all your support too on Twitter and everything. Nikolai, what's going on? OKO, nice. The funnest stock to trade in the world, right? Not. But it could be. It gives you time to trade, right? So I was kind of looking at the two different levels here. I'm going to remove this fib fan line. I don't think it's really effective at this point. Actually, maybe it is. Let me see. There. Okay, remove. I'll move that one. That's not effective. So yeah, I mean, really, really choppy in here, really messy, right? My guess is that it probably tests that 46 level and then goes back down. Right, but slowly, right? Coke is just kind of this slow-moving thing, right? But I don't know if the market really goes down. Coke, could work its way back up. It's got that kind of mystery to it. So, but definitely in this really big choppy zone. You see all this chop right here? I mean, that's really just congestion zone, right? And all this chop in here. I mean, you can kind of see it all like this. You're in the congestion zone right now, right? So your levels, right? You want to get through those pivots right there if you're going to the downside, and for the upside, it's just have to see how it works its way up here. It could be choppy for a while, and it's heading into a lot, kind of these fib fan, resistance areas. So my guess is it kind of hits like here, and then pivots and kind of works its way back down here. I mean, it's just Coke is a tough one to trade. It's a little boring, So, but if you're long term, just you could slowly work your way up, but I would just be careful in this area right here where it's heading in this 46 area. Harvey, what's going on? What's going on? YY? If time, and thank you. Yep, nope. All right, my pleasure, man, always. And let's see, so YY. Wow, big move today. Nice catch, Harvey. Yeah, it's redonkulous, right? It's just let's see, it's here to here. I mean, broke through those levels right here. I mean, I would expect after a big move like today, obviously, maybe, good earnings out of nowhere, probably good outlook and all that stuff. So big move here. Watch today's highs for a potential break. It doesn't look like it quite filled the gap either. So a break of today's high, 86.13, a break of there, could get you a push, that little extra momentum to fill that gap and maybe even kind of get into this zone here. So if you look here, Harvey, this is kind of a key area, right? So you have that gap. This has served as support before, right? First it was kind of resistance, broke through, then it held as support, came back down, held as support, back up, held as support, broke down, right? And so now just watch, resistance. But if it could power through there, right, you could see some more, upside type momentum. But big move today. After a move like today, you could see a little consolidation, then a pop. So hopefully that's helpful. Chris, yeah, Shirley's plays are fantastic. K-Chan, what's going on? Oh yeah, cool. Let's check out some Dow stocks. BA. What did we see yesterday? Look at that. So I think it gave you an inside day today. Again, it would be nice if we could catch one of those homing pigeons. If anybody ever sees one, just let me know. Intraday. But so we have the inside day situation here, but they're red. So that actually could imply that maybe it's done with the downtrend. Or it could give you a measured move to the downside. So just watch the top and bottom of today and see how that trades tomorrow. Caterpillar. Volumetric support right away. So 100% level here, 0. So it's basically volumetric right at the 50% level. So just see how long it holds that, and see if you can get a break to the upside. But if it fails right there at 137, right, you could see some some more downside movement, right? Let's keep an eye on that. And then EA. Yeah, not so good, right? So just kind of a little bit of sloppiness right here, right? It's got some support potentially at 92, right? This was the big move, right? They missed on earnings, and then what was it, Anthem? Gave it some boost to it with all the subscribers, and then I don't know, it's just kind of petering out a little bit. But see how it holds its support here. This was resistance here earlier. Now it could be support, and then look, if it does hold that support, it could give you another bounce to attempt those big power moves up. Winshu, what's going on? Shirley has a different. She's a different methodology. I think she uses. What is it, Shirley? What do you normally use? Yeah, you don't trade time frames. What's it called? Price. I can't remember the exact name. What they are off the top of my head, but they are interesting. Netfrag, Darvis box on Crone. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's do a Darvis box on Crone. Kronos. So we'll look at a couple different time frames here, NetFry. So we've got, just broke up. Obviously, kind of made this one here. This is off the 15 time frame. Let's see how it looks on the hourly. So there's your Darvis box there on the hourly. 4-hour chart. Let's take a look at that. That looks pretty interesting. So you have that 25 level. It looks like it's working its way up there, based on the 4-hour time frame. And let's just look at the daily real quick. Same thing. So kind of in the middle there. Broke out through this triangle here on Crone. It's starting to peek its head through this pitchfork, and so it looks like it at least potentially retests that 25 area. Thank you for bringing that up. And Shirley, yeah, thanks, Chris. Wouldn't you maybe daily? But you don't trade time frame. Yeah. I forget what charts you use. But anyway, appreciate everybody. Thanks for your participation tonight, and hope you guys have a great trading day tomorrow. Be safe out there. Again, tomorrow is the 10-year anniversary. There might not be a lot of activity. You might get more chop, but there might be some fireworks tomorrow too. Vale, sorry, Clayton, I don't know how I skipped over you, bud. Vale has a new CEO. Okay, well, that could give it some bullishness, so that's something to look at. So anyway, guys, have a great night, and we'll tweet out some ideas, some game plan, and all that stuff, and some different things intraday. So hope you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you tomorrow.